Welcome back to the D Show. I'm your host, Dr. D, and you're tuning in to the thought provoking episode where we are going to explore a fantastic topic, which is called Beyond the Obvious. My dear friends, in a world filled with information and noise, it's easy to accept things at face value. But today, we are diving deeper to uncover the layers that often go unnoticed. I'll be sharing perspectives and insights that challenge conventional thinking and encourage you to question the status quo. Joining me is our insightful and the energetic Gen Z host, Sonali. So let's get started.
Hello, Dr. D.
Hi, Sonali. Welcome back.
Thank you. So let's begin with the podcast. The first question I have for you is which is that one leadership lesson you've learned that is not in the textbooks?
Well, one leadership lesson that I've learned that's not taught in the textbook is that confidence is built, not bestowed. No title, degree, or external validation will give you the unwavering belief in yourself that experience, resilience, and trusting your instincts will benefit you and bring up your confidence. And when I talk about confidence, it's not just confidence. There are various aspects of confidence, which also includes self confidence. So earlier on in my career, I thought leadership was all about having all the answers, but the real power lies in embracing uncertainty, making bold decisions despite the fear, and the ability to take risks. Also, knowing that your voice matters no matter the room, it is worth being heard. So, when you believe in yourself, you will be an achiever. And very often in my office, also, if you guys come, you will see the quotation achievers are first believers. All my social media status talks about this. Well, people don't just follow leaders, my dear friends, for their knowledge, they follow them for their energy, the ability to turn obstacles into opportunities. So be confident.
Thank you, Dr. D. And I'll absolutely further this because at times, you actually waver off and you need confidence. So thank you for that insight of yours. Now, what's
Welcome.
something about entrepreneurship that no one tells you?
Mm. Well, about entrepreneurship, that no one tells you is that it is just as emotional, or it's just an equally emotional journey as a business one. You'll celebrate wins that no one else sees and face setbacks that will shake your confidence. The biggest challenge isn't just about a company, it's managing your own mindset. You have to learn to navigate self doubt, rejection, moment of loneliness, and while staying resilient. You'll have to self motivate yourself. Don't expect that somebody else is going to come and be your knight in shining armor. It's not going to happen. Success isn't about never falling, I believe. It's about getting up every single time with even more determination and success. And also, success is never built alone. You need to have your team, your trusted people, your mentors together to help you bash on regardless.
Absolutely true. So, Dr. Day, would you suggest that along with ambition for being an entrepreneur, empathy is also necessary?
Oh, 100%. In fact, I'm thinking of doing one of the podcast episodes on Beyond the IQ, where we can deep dive into EQ and discuss empathy.
Interesting, very interesting. Looking forward to it. The next question I have for you is how do you maintain resilience when things don't go as planned?
Well, I believe that resilience isn't about avoiding setbacks. It's about how you get up when you have a setback. Rather, what is your response to a setback? So, when things don't go as planned in life, and that happens very often to all of us, I remind myself why I started in the first place. I focus on what I can control, reframe the challenges as opportunities, surround myself with people who are positive and who can uplift me. most importantly, I give myself the permission to pause, reflect, and then push forward with even greater clarity and determination. Success isn't linear, and resilience is built in the moments when you refuse to give up. And I truly believe you have to be like the phoenix who rises from the ashes. And if you think that you can maintain this momentum of resilience and be optimistic in any adverse situation, try and look at the glass half full and not half empty. Well, you will make progress. It might be sometimes by leaps, it might be sometimes by a little bit tiny step, but it will be a step forward.
So the next question is, who has influenced your leadership style in unexpected ways?
Mm. Well, my leadership style in unexpected ways has been influenced by both my parents. I think I've been blessed that both my parents have been leaders in their own industries, and in so many ways, I've picked up finer nuances from their leadership styles. We often think of leadership as just guiding others, just giving gyan or just giving instructions or having a team of juniors and subordinates who are going to follow orders. But that's not true leadership. Leadership is a two-way street, and it is also starting from deep within. So it's intrinsic, it's extrinsic, and it is also a two-way street. So observing my parents' characteristics and the virtues of resilience, creativity, adaptability, that has shaped the way I lead. The ability to challenge ideas, bring in fresh perspectives, push boundaries, that has taught me that true leadership isn't about having all the answers or having it all. It's about creating an environment where best ideas can thrive, no matter where they come from. It is about respecting diversity, respecting opinions, and giving everyone equal opportunity. And I think that is true leadership. And my father comes from a public sector where he was in the defense forces. My mother led educational institutions in the education sector. And I think I've picked up the best from their leadership styles.
I can see, Dr. D, how beautifully your parents have contributed in the person you've become today.
Thank you, Sonali. And you've met both my parents, so I think you can like totally relate to the
Absolutely,
attributes.
100% agreed, 100%. So, Dr. D, can you tell us an ugly truth of our day to day life that no one talks about?
Yes. And like at the start of the program, I said that it's important that on my podcast, I talk about challenges that a lot of successful leaders don't talk about. So, one ugly truth that no one really tells you, how matter how successful they become, is self doubt. Let me tell you that self doubt will never fully disappear. So, if homemakers are watching this show, a newbie in the corporate landscape, or the most successful, officer or the most successful leader in a corporate business landscape, I mean, let me tell you, we all go through moments of self doubt. And this is the ugly truth. There will always be moments when you question yourself, you have the imposter syndrome, you're asking yourself whether you're making the right decisions. The difference is over time, you learn to accept, forgive yourself, and move forward anyway, because every decision has consequences. You learn over time that you have to let go and let go of the negative thoughts and change your thoughts, pivot your thoughts, because again, I come back to the same thing that confidence is not about not doubting yourself. Well, the most confident people also have self doubt, but it's about trusting yourself despite the self doubt. So the key is to show up, do the work, and prove to yourself that you're capable of it again and again and again, consistently, despite whatever doubts you have. And I think that's what shapes you up to be a true professional, a true leader, and overcome that ugly truth that obviously no one talks about.
Ma'am, I loved how you got homemakers also in this discussion because homemakers are successful in themselves. I
I think
hope
it
you
is one of
agree on
the
this.
one. So when somebody asks me what is the toughest job in the world, I always say that homemakers have the toughest job in the world. They are unpaid
Absolutely.
and they barely get any appraisals or gratitude on a day-to-day basis, which we give to our team members on a day-to-day basis. I also believe that if you truly see the business management skills or the management skills, they are excelling in it. So they're true CEOs, in my opinion.
Totally agreed, ma'am. Totally. They are, I think they're the best multitaskers we've ever seen in our lives.
Indeed, indeed, and true and high respect.
So, ma'am, if you could redefine success beyond the obvious metrics, what would it look like?
Hmm. Well, the obvious metrics of measuring success, unfortunately, are revenue and growth. But in my opinion, I would redefine success as the impact you create, the lives you uplift, and the legacy you really leave behind. It's about how many people do you really empower, the confidence you instill in others, the values you uphold even during the toughest moments. True success isn't just measured in numbers, I believe. It's felt in the trust you build, the barriers you break, and the meaningful change that you inspire. And if you're able to influence one life to do better, to live with the right values, well, guess what? I think you've been a successful human being. And if you're a true successful leader, then you should have been able to influence and mentor many lives.
I am glad, ma'am, how beautifully you've defined success considering so many parameters.
Thank you,
Dr.
Sonali.
D, this has been such an enriching conversation. Thank you again for your wisdom and authenticity. What
Thank
I
you so
loved,
much. I hope, I really believe that my talks and this podcast should benefit all generations, and that would be a true inclusive win for us. So, I do want to reach out to all my audiences and request that please do connect with me on social media. Sonali has been encouraging you to subscribe, but please do share your feedback and maybe what more topics that you would want me to talk about. Thank you, Sonali. Bye.
thank you, Dr. D. I truly enjoyed diving deep into the untold lessons of leadership, the hidden realities of entrepreneurship, and the mindset shifts that redefine success. Your insights on resilience, influence, and the ugly truths we often overlook has been nothing short of eye opening. To all our listeners, if today's conversation resonated with you, take a moment to reflect. How do you define success for yourself? And if you enjoyed this episode, do not forget to subscribe to the D Show for more powerful discussions. And as Dr. D said, check her out on the social media, and I'm 100% sure you'll never be disappointed. Until then, to everyone tuning in, stay curious, stay resilient, and keep rewriting the rules.